Just a quick warning, this episode has some pretty strong language in it, so just be careful of who's around you. Kia ora e te whānau, it's me Anika Moa, and this is my podcast, It's Personal, where I get to kōrero with really wonderfully interesting humans.
I sent the audition off, I got told nice things, and then 2 weeks later I got told I was going to be offered the part.
Yeah.
And then I spent a week going, it's a scam. And then they did offer me. Anyway, when they finally sent the scripts through, I was like, and I remember saying to my daughter, I was like, I was so over the moon. I was like, baby, see this? See that? Like you're watching my dreams come true.
We have the beautiful, elegant, funny, and very, very, very cool Morgana O'Reilly today. She is starring in the next White Lotus Season 3 in Thailand, and I'm so jealous of you. How you feeling?
Katy pie.
Katy pie?
Yeah.
You nervous?
I don't think so.
Do you get nervous?
Yep.
Yeah. When you're acting or at award ceremonies, or if you're walking down the street with no bag?
Oh, no bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal, eh?
You
feel naked.
I'm such a bag person. I even put my bag here.
Yeah, because you need it for protection.
Yeah, it's got all my things.
Well, it's like if you're sitting on a couch, and I personally don't give a fuck, but you're sitting on a couch and you want a cushion to protect your puku.
Oh, yeah, your gunt.
Yeah, your gunt.
Yeah.
Which I have in abundance.
Oh,
and I've also got a big, massive scar under the gunt that gets sweaty and itchy.
Oh.
I'm not even going to warm you up. That was my warm-up, but I want to swing straight into the White Lotus.
Oh, okay.
I just want to... How did you feel, like, when you got the call to audition? Because you would have had to audition. Did you have to send in a self-tape of it, or...?
I put an audition down, and then I had some nice feedback from them that came through, like, 2 weeks later.
They don't do that, do they?
I know. It's so... Well, sometimes.
I don't even get called back.
I know. Just send shit out into the ether constantly.
Yeah.
And I was at a friend's wedding, and I'd gone up to watch her get married in LA, so I'd made a bit of a trip. So she was being very kind and letting me be a bit of an honorary bridesmaid that day, hanging out. And I was just about to be like, bye, you're going to go walk down the aisle, I'm going to go take a seat. And I got this text that was like, oh my God, we've just had this lovely feedback through from the casting for White Lotus. And
what did they say?
Like, they were just, I think they said something like, we really loved her tape and let us know if she has any availability issues and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and like, no, I'm not available for this today. Decline.
I just had this like wanting to tell everybody in the room, but also not wanting to make it about me because it was like her wedding. I'm like, anyway, you just go get married, babe, and I'll see you soon. Oh my God, it was so cool. And then, but I was like, well, that'll do me. Like, I'll just dine out on that for years.
Did you text your husband?
Yes.
Or call him, or video call him?
I copied it. I was like, look, so this is waiting for her to come down the aisle.
Person, eh?
Yeah, and my parents. And just copied and pasted. Look, I just And then later in the night at the wedding, and I was sitting with a friend of mine, I was like, can I just show you something? Anyway, so, but I was like, well, that's just lovely to know that somebody saw it and appreciated it. That'll...
Stop being humble.
Surely that's...
You would have been pooing your pants.
I was
such
thrilled.
a big deal.
I know, I was so happy.
But you've watched it, eh? You would have watched every episode.
So I was like, look.
Yeah.
But, like, the year before last was a lot of close calls on fancy things. Things with, like...
Are you allowed to talk about it?
I guess so. Like, over the years, there's been some really close calls on fancy things.
What?
Like, well, there was the year that a Housebound had come out.
Yeah.
And I was in India with my husband, and I was very newly pregnant. And I got an email, I think it was like Christmas Eve, from the casting, through my agent, the casting agent of Orange is the New Black, and everything was like, we're casting this new pilot. It's a G&G Cohen wrote it, directed by Gus Van Sant for HBO. I love Morgana, all that stuff. You're like, so I shot an audition in.
I was like, what character?
Well, it was for a new pilot that was sort of set in like in Salem, Massachusetts, like witch trial
I've
kind of
been
thing.
there.
Have you?
Yeah, because I have a relation who was a witch.
Oh my gosh.
And I filmed it for DNA Detectives.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been there. Okay, anyway,
Wow.
sorry
So
about you, but yeah.
So I filmed this audition, which was a bit on the nose, but it was the only place I could do it in a fucking mud hut village in the Thar Desert in Jaisalmer. I was like,
of all the places.
I know. I was like, I'm sorry. It made me look really exotic because I do the big. Anyway, I was getting really close to the role, and I was on Neighbours at the time, and then it came to a point, like the casting agent was messaging me personally, being like, I'm really going to fight for you. We're going to try and get you up. It got to the point where I had to tell them I was pregnant, and they were like, that's fine. You'll only be 4 months at that point. It'll be all good. I was like, okay. And then I had to ask Neighbours if they would let me out of my contract because I was getting close to this role, and they said no.
So you couldn't, nothing you could do about it?
Well, you know, I could have maybe just gone, screw you, I'm going to walk out. But maybe that would have been a contractual issue and could have burnt some bridges.
Yeah, it might have been
So there was a day I
unprofessional.
had to say no. I had to just pull out of the race. I might not have got it, but I remember walking around very newly pregnant. So my costume's starting to feel a bit tight on me for the first time.
Yeah.
Trigger! Nobody knew that I was pregnant except for them. And I was walking around set going, I just said no to HBO. I just said no to HBO. I can't believe it.
But
anyway, and then other things.
It led you to this, though.
Exactly. So it's all good.
So what? Oh, man, it's so exciting because I loved the second season. I loved the second season better than the first season.
Oh, awesome.
Can you tell me about your character, or are you under one of those can't talk about it?
No, I can't. I cannot wait to tell you about my
Can
character.
you tell me about how you felt about your character?
Yes. Yes. Well, I can tell you about how it was to film up there and be in that.
Yeah, in Thailand.
Because, you know, it's quite a intimidating situation to go into.
With all these amazing actors,
because
right?
you go into this luxury hotel, because that's where you're shooting.
So it's actually filmed in a luxury hotel.
Yeah.
They get
You know,
rid of
'cause they
everyone.
always shoot them at 4 seasons.
Yeah, okay.
And they get rid of everyone. We move around a bit, so it's always a bit different. But when I first got there, we're at this luxury hotel, which is in Thailand, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And so it's a film set, but you're all living there, so it's kind of like camp. It's like fancy camp
Yeah.
with famous people.
What about the catering?
Oh my gosh.
Simple
I
things
am
for me.
also absolutely ruined by these hotels. Like, I can't just stay anywhere now. They just, I have never, ever in my life experienced accommodation that, because who pays for that stuff? It was just beautiful. The food was outrageous. Just everything. You know, like, I've never stayed in a hotel room where I was like, I wish this was my house.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be like, oh, you know, like, it's got the hotel art and it's fine. You're a bit like, ugh.
So you're ruined forever.
Ruined, absolutely
But
ruined.
after it comes out,
was
you'll be
amazing.
staying in those hotels because you'll be getting all the jobs in America, and you'll have to
hope
move
so.
to America.
Oh my gosh.
And then your husband can direct them, and then your kids can grow up with an American accent.
Oh my God.
Would you do that? Would you?
I'd rather not move, I don't think. We'll go up for bits and
Yeah,
bobs.
we'll see
but
when bloody Steven Steele, what's his name?
Steven Spielberg
Steven
steals all the
Spielberg.
bergs. He's always stealing those.
You know,
husbands.
get the call off from Peter Jackson. Yep, here we go. Come on, Fano, let's go. I mean, apart from the fancy hotel, what's the difference between Hollywood productions and usually Hollywood productions?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting question because obviously the resources were, I guess, different in some ways, and then other ways not. And because also we're in Thailand, so we're all out of that Hollywood situation. So it's not like, so even though we've got these lovely like private villas that we live in I know. But then when you go to actually look, when I got into my villa, I was like, oh my God. I took this video that I sent to my family, and you can hear me in the background go, holy shit. And then I went to set to the villa that we were shooting for the characters, and I was like, my villa's a dump. I've got the cheapest one. Oh my God.
She's changing already,
I
guys.
know. What an asshole.
No, great.
Yeah. But
You deserve
when
it.
you're on, thank you. When you're on set, you know, you're still sitting in a little green room down like stairs, all sharing together. You know.
Do you get to know all the other actors really well, and you're like best friends, and you text each other now?
Yes.
Oh,
Now, or I have my girlfriends.
oh. Who were they?
Probably my best girls are Parker Posey and Natasha Rothwell.
Shut
They've just been they just scooped me up.
They would have loved you and your accent.
They're just the best. I love them.
Fuck, I'm jealous. Is this your dream? Do you think this, and I know this is a cliche question, but is this the step into the big time?
I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see. Like, I think, you know, the point about having those close calls is that I have learnt to temper my expectations.
Yeah, yeah.
But also have tried to be really present in it. So, like, when I got sent the scripts, because there was all this time as well that I was like, it's got to be a scam. It was way too straightforward.
You'll
like,
end
I
up in a
sent
camp.
I know. There's that
That's
con
what I
queen,
think,
you know.
it's too good to be true.
I'm like, I sent the audition off. I got told nice things.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I got told I was going to be offered the part.
Yeah.
And then I spent a week going, it's a scam. And then they did offer me. Oh, anyway, when they finally sent the scripts,
the
scripts through, I was like, and I remember saying to my daughter, I was like, I was so over the moon. I was like, baby, see this? See that? Like you're watching my dreams come true.
I want to go back to the start. Okay. Your childhood.
Okay.
What kind of childhood? No, sorry, trigger. Do the taps. That's what I do when I'm triggered. I'm like,
oh yeah,
go take myself.
Regulate. Childhood, great.
Well, because I think that mostly, you know, your mum's a dancer and a choreographer. Your dad's
He's a designer.
A designer.
Yeah.
So you've got fruity parents.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
How do you remember feeling as a young person? When did you go click? I want to be an actor.
I think, my parents are both the bohemians of.
Was it always like
bohemians.
Vegetarian meatloaf every weekend?
No. Well, actually, Mum hates cooking. That's another story.
Tell me.
But very health.
Okay.
I do remember standing in Harvest Whole Foods and like begging for it's carob, please.
No, it's got 14 grams of sugar, 35 grams of
It was
carbs.
all that.
Yeah.
But
you're desperate
I was so
to eat
desperate.
food, real food.
I just wanted just junk food. Give me the junk. What was the question? How did I feel?
Yeah, because I'm.
But they're also very adventurous, and I grew up on their stories of their travels around the world and everything. And then I was doing some drama, and then I clicked probably about 13. And then when I did my first TV job, which is after drama school, and I did a sketch comedy show, and it was all filmed on location, and I realised I had actually joined the carnies, because of course when you're on film set there's the lighting truck and the makeup truck and the costume truck and I was like, it actually kind of all lined up.
It's just more of a better paid version of being a gypsy. But that leads me to, you kept a diary. You hated your body. You hated yourself.
There was that.
What was it? I am a fat and ugly cow. And that would have been one of many diary entries, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think we beat ourselves up? Because I did the same thing as you.
Yeah.
I'm ugly. I'm fat.
Oh my gosh. I think there's so many. Look, I think as a female presenting person, you inherently and very early on learn that the way you look is part of your currency in the world in a different way than if you were male presenting, maybe. I have fluctuated in weight through my life, as I'm sure many people have.
And why does that matter?
Because I could see very simply how different the world related to me each time. And so it comes wrapped up in your sense of worth and whether somebody will listen to you, or the way that eyes move in a room to somebody else. So I think that's why it seems to matter. But we also talk a lot about how, like, beauty's from the inside, and if your confidence is like the hottest thing, which is also true. And so now I feel like as a practice, trying to unpack it much more and play the difference of like, you can work within the system, get all the things done, adhere to all the Western beauty standards, or you can smash it from the outside and rail against it. And I feel like I'm trying to do a bit of both, probably.
Are you, with me in the music industry, and any time my weight fluctuated, I'd get shit from my record company. In the movie world, though, you need different characters of different size, ethnicity.
Yeah.
So, but also there is a skinny standard as well in the acting world. Have you come across that from agents?
I know. Well, this is the thing is, no, not overtly. I've been was suggested I lose weight for a role, but I think it was kind of on the pretext that the character was using a lot of drugs or something. But I was like, well, no, because are you going to help me? You're going to pay for the
Christian Bale.
trainers and stuff?
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, so again, it's my thing. Like, quite often that would be the scapegoat if I didn't get the role that I wanted or something. That would be the thing. I'd be like, I'm not physically right.
You'd think that, or they'd tell you that?
I would think that.
Yeah, okay.
And in some ways, maybe I've also thought about how that's bore the brunt and not my talent. Like, I've had faith in that. I've always had a fair amount of faith in my ability. But yeah.
The funny thing is, when I audition for things, I think it's just because I can't act. Because I can't. I'm not an actor.
Well, if I was singing, I did a singing audition the other day just because.
How did it go?
It was the scariest thing. And I did it alone in this like hotel room, and and then I called my agent. And I was like, no, I don't think I should send it. I think it's fucked. I'm absolutely terrified. Maybe just watch like 2 seconds and then don't watch anything else. Burn it. Oh my god. It was so.
Press send.
Yeah.
If you're scared, press send.
Well, then I just think, oh fuck it, who cares? Well, actually, very empowering.
If you don't try,
fuck it, who cares?
You never know. You know? Press send. And feel the fear. Press send.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm inspirational.
You are inspirational.
No, I'm not. No, but it led you to. It must have meant so much because it led you to doing your own play. Stories about. My body.
My body. Stories about,
Stories about my body.
My body.
It was really successful, and it's all about your body. Nudity, tits out.
Yes.
Talking about your upbringing.
Yeah, talking about
or the
relationship to it. Yeah, it's been very cool actually. And I think it's helping with the practice of unpacking. You know what? If I had the money, I would have got rid of this probably and things like that. Well, exactly, because I would have scapegoated it and been like, that's the problem.
You can play make sounds from it.
Yeah. Oh God, I still contemplate ripping it off. Anyway, but I
just do that 50 times a day.
Oh, is that it?
I don't know. I've got. Too. I don't care.
I know. Well, this is the thing. Is that because who cares? Body. Who cares? And I feel like you can do whatever you like. You know, do whatever you want. I do feel because I am on screen on the telly from time to time that there's a bit more of a responsibility to show up with all the bits that are and not sensitize, erase them.
And that's okay. With you.
Yes. Well, not all the time. Sometimes I just was like, I don't want to live this value system. I just want to.
Has it changed?
Get all the things.
Has it changed you though? Doing stories about my body, has it changed the way you think about life and thoughts that penetrate?
Yeah,
those dark thoughts or those stink thoughts about yourself.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's like helped me process that stuff and it reminds me of my little personal fight, you know.
Do you get good feedback? People are like, damn, I saw myself in that.
Oh, that's why I keep doing it, is because it's just it means a lot to people because it talks about stuff. I basically, like I always say, I made the show that I needed to see. Yeah.
You wrote the song that was about you, basically. You know, I'm a songwriter, I write music.
Yeah, that's right.
And you wrote something that you needed to get off your chest.
That's right. And I've never done a play
get
like
off your
that.
face.
Which, I know. This is chins, sign language for chins.
Yeah, she's talking about her
So
chin, everybody,
they're a
but she doesn't.
city of disapproval.
Really, it's beautiful. Don't worry about that. I've got a weird question.
Okay. Oh,
Have you had a foot fetish?
I don't have a foot fetish, but I have sold my feet at foot fetish parties before.
So you'd walk around or lie there with your feet available?
Not, well, a bit of both. So the way it works is, so I answered this ad on Craigslist.
Oh, fruity.
In New York. I was young and I was broke, and I thought it'd be a laugh.
Yeah.
I had to go in for a casting initially.
Yeah.
I sent in a photo and they were like, yeah, you can come for a casting. Okay. And then, but it's just in a shitty little bar down the steps on the Bowery in New York. And I got in and I got to work the party that night.
Yeah.
And so it's basically like a seedy bar, and the girls, the ladies, there's a different theme every week, but I just always wore nice black togs.
Black togs?
And heels, yeah. And I was very Betty Page. Mm-hmm. And you work the room and you like flirt with guys, and then you sit down for a session, and it's supposed to be only from the knee down essentially.
Oh,
and they
love
can
that.
they lick your toes.
Oh.
And you know what? And each person liked it sort of differently. So like some I would, as I got to know it better, like, would you like to take the shoes off yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Or would you like me to take them off? Some guys really like painted toenails and others didn't.
Would they paint your toenails and then wipe it off for the next guest?
No, but we did have a little spritzer bottle afterwards. Give it a little wipe down.
COVID, eh? Foot COVID.
And then, but in the middle of this, I tell this whole story on my show, but in the middle of all of this, I meet Peter in New York, not at the foot fetish parties. But so we start falling in love. We court. So then it becomes like, at first,
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Like that.
and then so at first it was like this crazy, hilarious job, and then it was just like, okay, quick.
Yeah.
Because I want to go and I want to go hang out with my love, you know?
Yeah.
Tee hee.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. That's that. But then my feet have been noticed online, and they didn't know that I'm on Wiki Feet and stuff, and have had people ask me if I would like, which is crazy because they didn't know. But they're nice feet, like yourself,
gorgeous.
you know.
And I'm a bit pale at the moment.
They're porcelain. They're lovely, aren't they?
God, I know. I've got beautiful legs.
You could do a OnlyFans.
I'd like to. I need
We
the
could
money.
do
Double date OnlyFans where we
Yeah.
just like fondle each other's toes like this.
They'll be into it. Yeah. There'll be something about that move in particular.
Oh, yeah.
It's making me
Yeah,
feel
let me
strange.
put my toe in the middle.
Wow, I'm having such mixed emotions.
I like it. I like people touching my feet.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I have quite ticklish feet. One guy was a tickler, and he tickled them for ages. He paid for it, so I was like, and in my head I was like, I'm gonna kill you.
I've got a foot fetish hardcore.
Have you?
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to touch anyone's feet.
You can touch mine.
Just the toes. Oof. Look at that. Oh, bit of hair there.
Yeah, just
Good.
a little tuft.
I shave mine.
Do you?
Your feet are great. They're like mine, but bigger. Here, do that.
Oh, what size are you?
8.
Me too.
Oh, we're twins.
That's crazy.
What?
The most average foot size ever.
What's the foot
You're an
fetish
8
thing?
as well.
Yeah.
And
a 16E.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. What are you?
16 C? B? C.
You look like
16C.
16 double D.
Do I?
Yeah.
Mate, it's a flouncy shirt.
Sorry, I don't mean to look at the guest.
Adi.
Boom, boom.
Everything I buy says that it's XL, you know.
Same. This is XL. I just bought it from a
But
Māori
like,
website.
You're not, no, like, it just drives me nuts. I'm like, I should be so lucky. I'm not XL. I'm a really normal sized person.
Yeah.
The average clothing size in New Zealand is 16. Shouldn't that be medium?
I'm a 16.
Yeah.
Sometimes 18.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I know. But it drives me crazy.
I weigh myself
Why
every day.
would- Anyway,
Do you weigh yourself?
sometimes.
I do. It gives me a thrill.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it helps me just sort of like because my brain can, I just oftentimes think I'm just
You're
just
who you are.
very large person. So sometimes, trying to just wrangle my own perceptions in,
I was
for better or for worse.
with a guy once, and he went, "I've never been with a bigger woman." And I was like, "Get out. Get the fuck out of my bed."
Yeah.
I'll hit you with one of my tits.
My God,
knock
totally.
you out. Hey, let's talk about...
I've never been with a dick before.
I haven't seen one for ages. Anyway,
They're nice. They're misunderstood.
do you think so?
They're sort of...
Ooh. Is that what I do?
Or they're like this. Most of the time like this.
I don't remember.
And then sometimes they're like this.
They were always like this when I was...
That's when you were hanging out with them.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I'm
Never
married,
like
so
this.
I see a lot of this.
Okay, so you've been in Friends Like Her, the recent one. That's on... Where am I watching that? TV3.
Yes.
Housebound, which I've seen.
Oh, yes.
Neighbours, which I've seen you on.
Oh, yeah.
Wentworth?
Yeah.
Did you go on Wentworth?
Yeah, just a little couple of episodes on Wentworth. I got to play a really fun character actually called Norel Stang.
Well, he's gay. They're all gay.
Gay. I don't think... No. Oh, open to interpretation.
Yeah, okay.
But I got to work with Leah Purcell, who's amazing, and also, like, she's pretty intimidating, but on a show like that, you get to play these stakes that you don't usually get to play as a woman, which is like, I know that you used to be an undercover cop and no one in prison knows that, so I'm going to make you get me drugs, otherwise I'll tell and you'll get fucking killed. Who gets to do that with Leah Purcell? I'll be like, you better get those drugs for me, babes.
P.
Yeah.
Was that your character?
Yeah, with Aussie, yeah.
Can you do your Aussie?
My Aussie accent.
Yeah.
It's like this. I feel pretty good about my Aussie accent these days.
It's really good. Well, did you have to do it on Neighbours?
Yeah, I did it on Neighbours, and I lived there for 8 years, so I feel pretty confident. When I first went to Australia, I was like, I can do an Aussie accent, and fucking, I don't think. Like, I just, no.
Did you get coached?
No, I just lived there for a long time, and now I feel like I've got quite a good understanding as well. A fairly good understanding about the different areas.
You can do it really well.
You know, like the beach, more like a Bondi, like as though you've got like a golf ball in your throat. And then there's like the diphthongy one, which is all like pool and school. People really spook like this. Like they do. I've worked with them. I've known them.
Yeah.
I've heard them on the tram.
Yeah.
There's that Melbourne accent, which has got that lovely sort of like Melbourne, that E turns into an A a little bit. And my favourite is the O sound with the softest R at the end. You know, no.
You know.
No, I've got to go.
I've got to go. Like Kath and Kim.
Yeah, but there's sort of different echelons in society that does it.
They pump
and
it
now,
up.
yeah, there's sort of this younger generation that do it and go, no. Oh,
No,
it's great.
I'm not sure about that.
No.
Let's go. Did you do an American accent for the White Lotus, or were you Kiwi all the way?
I probably, I can't tell you. But my
Tell me,
favourite
bitch.
thing about accents in general.
Blink once for Kiwi.
I just want to
Twice
tell
for
you I'm way
American.
too... I am an actor, but I'm the
she did
worst
twice.
liar in the world.
So am I.
But I love how that I feel like the trick with accents is to make them sound like your voice, because like I could
I
do
don't think I can. Is that good? Because that was
That
my
was-
voice.
absolutely perfect.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can.
But it needs to sit in your tone, you know, like because I could do like an American accent like this, like, and that would be an American accent, but it wouldn't be me. Like it doesn't sound like me.
It does
and
not
like the
sound
hardest
like
part is to try and like bring it into like if I was just talking as like, oh, it turns out that I was born in America. Standard American accent.
That's
Madeline
Madeline.
Sami, shout
Yeah,
out.
that's Madeline.
That's why they're hard. But yeah.
Motherhood.
Yeah.
How has that changed the ability to do what you love?
I think it's made it better.
Wow.
Yes, because I'm more honest. I'm more, my heart's cracked open more. Mm-hmm. So I have access, just on a selfish level, like I have access to emotions that were harder to find. And so like things even like that White Lotus tape, like had all those near hits. Oh, that's all messed up. That's all like mindfuck. But also have kids. So now I finally feel like I'm at a point when I audition for things where I'm like, I'm just going to have fun. And this is me. Yeah. And I tell you what, you'll be fucking lucky to have me. No one else is like me. So there you go. Like it or not, goodbye. I've got to go to the school pickup. I've got shit to do. Yep. I know who I am. I know my parenting philosophy now, which I didn't in those first early years. You know, I had instincts. Now I feel very strongly about, no, I do this and I do not do this, and we don't, you know.
Okay, so there's no juggle. There's no imbalance. There's no fear of abandoning your children, of guilt that you have to leave them for 4 months.
Well, there's definitely like, I'd rather not have to do that stuff.
But that's mama's job, right?
Yeah. I want to be there as much as I can. I want to model to them that I'm doing stuff. But when I first had kids, I was like, I'm going to show them that I'm working and all this stuff. No. They just need you. They don't give a shit about whether you're working or not. I think so that there is definitely a juggle.
Yeah.
But in terms of who I am as a person and a mother and a creative, like I feel very sure of myself now.
When you act, what goes through your mind?
Lots of things. I actually think about acting quite a lot on stage or in front of the camera as quite musical, quite like feeling the rhythm of the staccato of the way the lines land. I like that. I like thinking about the story and how it fits in. But then because your brain's kind of going on this hyper situation, because I guess your adrenaline's running high and your nervous system is in a certain place, so you're able to think of really stupid things at the same time, like, I should probably stop it and get some yoga on the way home if I want to have that, because then I can make that overnight oats things and all at once.
So you're thinking of the shopping list as well as the lines and where it lands and how you have to move and the continuity. Right. And that's exactly what I do.
And then when there's a camera as well, so like I like thinking of the camera as kind of like the sun, you know, and so it's shining on you. And like you're never going to get a good, but if the camera's there, that's not a very nice. You're not getting a good sun exposure. So you want to get that sun.
She's a pure actor, whānau. I love it. Okay, we'll just do some silly questions now. Did your kids listen to Songs for Bubbas? Yes, you're an icon. Those albums are now, my best friend has got baby, and she actually said to me the other day, she's like, you have to tell Anika that I'm just like, and because she's a singer, and so when you in the bit where you're like, Kuwaita mama, ooh, she's like, I love that bit so much. What's her name?
Her name's Aria.
Oh,
Aria Jones. She's an amazing artist herself. Look at her music. And she's just had a little baby called Neve, and who is heaven. And they love that album. It's just like the album of all of our baby lives.
And isn't it weird? And people are like stuffy adult music. You're a rock star in the baby world.
Because it's so connected to this really emotional part in our lives as well.
And the thing is, and sorry to digress, but that music healed me because, being a mother of twins,
holy moly,
and a few breakups, I write for my kids.
Yes,
I write for my kids, and
you can actually feel that in the album, like this beautiful. I think that was what was so joyous about listening to that music with a little baby is that it's from Aotearoa. We don't get much of that. Here it's all American, blah, blah. And that also you could just feel you speaking to your children, which of course is a vehicle for us speaking to our children.
Course.
Of course. You're my sunshine, and like
I love that song.
Yeah, and thank you.
It's all right. It's my pleasure. Yeah, you've paid my
mortgage
off,
all
of you.
She needs an award. I'm like, she does. Do you have awards for
I've got awards for 3 of them.
Good.
I got awards for all 3 of them.
Get more, I think.
I don't care about awards. They're doorstops to me.
Sure.
Have you got awards?
Yeah, we got an Emmy. We got an Emmy.
What did you get it for?
It's just a show called Inside that we made.
Doesn't matter.
In lockdown. Yeah, Method Man presented to us, and so I was essentially part of Wu-Tang, which is nice. But
no big deal.
No big deal. It sits there next to my other trinkets from the up shop.
Yeah. Crown Lynn, Emmy.
Hard. Actually, a Crown Lynn Emmy would be awesome.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Sure.
Everyone's like,
Well, yeah, I guess so. I believe, yeah, why not? Some people have it.
Some people don't.
I thought my lovely Pete was gorge, but I wasn't like, you're going to be my husband.
You just got pregnant to him, you're like, fuff. Okay. What?
Oh, no. No, I thought it was lovely. Yeah.
Soulmates?
Well,
not him. Do you believe in soulmates?
Yeah, but I think you probably have quite a lot of soulmates.
I think so too.
Yeah. Like Pete and I do have this hilarious gag where, you know, like at one point one of us said to the other one, God, what would I have done if I didn't meet you? And then we realised, I'll probably just meet someone else.
Yeah. And that's the honest truth, eh?
Yeah. You just would have met somebody else and had a slightly different, you know, like in every relationship that you've had fosters different parts of you, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have this joke with Pete that I love him, he makes me laugh and he's so amazing in so many ways. But if my 17-year-old self would have been like, you married that guy? Like I would have thought that I would have married some like hip hop fucking, I don't know, like when we
Do you say that to him?
Sometimes. No, but it's funny because like I remember we went years ago, we went to the Gorillas. We went and saw the concert, the Gorillas. It was amazing. And we got really out of that and we had the best time. And then because we were with our friend Barney Duncan, we got to go to the official after party because he was DJing there. Yeah. And De La Soul opened for Gorillas. And like you have to understand, like, I love hip hop. I really grew up with it. It means a lot, especially like underground hip hop. So when I saw De La Soul, I was like, yes! Like really.
And the real you came out.
And then,
And poor Pete, he's like this skinny white guy, like, oh my God.
He goes, at the after party, like I went up to one of the guys from De La Soul and I was like, thank you so much. Seeing you tonight really made my, and I wanted to say life, but I didn't want to be too much. I was like, year, made my year. And he was so nice. Thank you so much. Gave me a hug and a kiss. And then when we left the party, I was like, thanks again. He said, bye. And then we walked out and Pete goes, oh my God. I was like, what? And he goes, oh, I can't believe I did that. He went for the fist bump and I went for a handshake and I just kind of went. I said, you fucking what? Oh, Jesus, Pete. And he was like, I know. He's a rapper from America, of course. I was like, you married this guy? You see? Or the other day he asked me, like 5 years ago, he goes, what's a scrub? And I was like, first of all, I've waited my whole life for somebody to ask me that
and you
question.
sang the whole song to it?
Scrub is a guy that thinks he's fine, you know?
Also known as a buster. Don't talking about what he loves. The sits on his
punk ass.
Is that what it is?
Isn't it?
I thought it was Bedouin.
Bedouin. Thanks on his
Bedouin.
Oh,
no, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine. That was me.
Oh, yes, you made me sound slightly better than usual.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for coming in to do this small, tiny little podcast.
Oh my God.
Just a tiny little production.
A joy.
Oh, no, we're best friends, eh?
Yeah, hard out.
We're not.
Let's get tattoos.
Okay.
No, whatever.
We could tattoo up the neck.
I'll just go and get your match. No,
get a tattoo shading so it doesn't look like...
Wow. Yeah. Just tattooed contour? Or just says don't look. Do you know what I've always wanted?
But men can put ads on.
I've always wanted one in there.
I know someone who's got a tattoo in there.
I just wanted to say like, or Kilda.
I'd go with because Kilda's too many letters and it's sore.
Ouchie pants, yeah.
Kilda!
I know. And that's the only thing that my husband's like, you're not allowed. I'm like, don't tell me what I can and can't do.
What are you doing next?
I'm going to make my show into a film.
I saw that, 33,000. But
you raised some of that and I've just been...
You could afford
I'm hustling my little butt off, I tell you what.
Good.
Because it's... not a ton of money when it comes to filmmaking, which is, to me, in my life, it sounds like a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Do you need me to audition for any parts or anything?
Oh, sure. It's solo show.
Oh.
But you just come. Can you come and be in the audience?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I would do it. Don't pay me.
Okay, I won't.
Oh, damn. There's that ADHD impulse.
Oh.
Damn it. I should have talked to my agent.
No, I was probably going to just ask for a favour anyway, so...
No, you tit for tat, scratch.
I'll show you my tits.
Oh.
I'll show you my vagina as it opens and a baby's head comes out of it.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, I show my birth video in it. Yeah, look at your eyes just went double.
No, because I've seen 3 of my kids being born.
I'm so jealous. I want to see people. My Instagram
amazing.
feed is just usually when the times are slightly less tumultuous in the world, it's just filled with vaginas opening and babies coming out. And I'm like, wow.
Kia ora, sister. I love you.
I love you too.
Cut.